Hey y'all, it's Brenda from Slapout Homestead. I have mustered up my courage to catch up on some projects, so we are making relish. Stay tuned. This pickle relish recipe comes again from my Mennonite cookbook. I love this book. It's the dirtiest book I have because it gets used and spilled on, and you can see the plastic laminate is peeling off the front, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. While we're making our pickle relish, we're watching that storm. You can see it on the radar right there. It's just about to start pouring rain here. Right there. Tropical storm, hurricane, whatever they want to call it, Barry. That's what's going on. So I'm hanging out in the kitchen right now. Alright, I got all my ingredients together, and they are coming up to a boil, and they will boil for 30 minutes before we seal them in our pint jars. And then they process for 15 minutes in the water bath. I got my jars going over here. And now what went into this pickle relish is 2 bunches of celery, 8 large cucumbers, 3 large onions, 2 green peppers, 2 red sweet peppers, and 2 tablespoons salt. I ground all of that last night with my grinder that attaches to my KitchenAid. Mixed in all the salt and then covered it and stuck it in the fridge. Today I strained off the liquid and mixed it in my sauce pot with 3 cups sugar, 3 cups vinegar, a teaspoon of celery seed, half teaspoon turmeric, and a teaspoon of mustard seed. Now, like I said, this is going to boil for 30 minutes. Then it's going to get sealed in the sterile jars, and it says it makes approximately 10 pints. That's going to be a lot of relish. That'll be enough for probably 2 years. So, note to self for 2020. I knew I would do something in 2019 that I would need hindsight in 2020. Well, there you go. Note to self in 2020. You don't need to plant 6 cucumber plants. You probably only need 1 because you have plenty of pickle relish and plenty of bread and butter pickles to get you through for 2 years. So that's groovy. I'll have more room for something else in the garden. Probably don't need to plant 6 squash plants either. That went a little overboard. Maybe 2. A green one and a yellow one. That would probably be plenty. I've been even having trouble giving away squash. But that's okay. I know how to put it in the freezer, and it'll probably last for a year or 2 also. Anyway, I'm getting my... I need to set my timer because it looks like this is boiling now. 30 minutes. We'll come back and put it in the jars, and I'll show you what it looks like. Look how bright green it is right now. It definitely won't be that bright green in a little bit. Sorry for all the steam, but that's what happens when you're cooking. I'm going to turn this camera off so I can turn my vent back on. Vent some of this steam out of my kitchen. My air conditioner is already working very, very hard to try and keep it less than hot and humid in the kitchen. Anyway, it's harvest season, so I am busy canning. We got stuff going on outside. We got trees to trim. We got lawns to mow. We got chickens to look at. We got dogs to play with. I need to go spray some insecticide on my garden because I'm starting to get some squash bugs, and that's no good. Anyway, I will see you guys later when it's time to get this in the jars. I'll show you what it looks like then. In the meantime, while we're waiting for our stuff to boil for 30 minutes, I wanted to show you this. This is another project I did last night. That is 7 pounds of breaded okra. You can see it in there. It's all ready for frying. I'm so happy about that. That's a lot. Look at that. That's a lot of breaded okra. Yeah, I worked on that last night. The second one. This one I did last week. I'm getting a lot of okra. But all I did was cut it into bite-sized pieces and put it in a bowl with some beaten up egg, and then I used a slotted spoon to take it out of the bowl of beaten egg and put it into a bag that just had plain cornmeal in it, because I'll salt them when they come out of the fryer. So it was just egg and cornmeal, and then I put them on cookie sheets and put them in the freezer for about an hour, and after about an hour I slid them off the cookie sheets into these bags. 7 pounds of breaded okra. I am so happy about that. Now my next breading project is going to be these eggplant right here. I have one in the fridge. I have, what, 3, 6, 9, 11 of them here. So those are going to get peeled, sliced into slices, probably about a 1/2 inch thick. I'll salt them on both sides, let them sit on racks or whatever, and then go back and dab the liquid off. And then those will go in beaten egg and a mixture of Italian breadcrumbs and panko. And then those will get put on cookie sheets into the freezer till they freeze. And then the slices will get stacked in a Ziploc bag, and then they'll go back in the freezer just to hold. So basically, you get them right up to the point where you could fry them. And then instead of frying them, yeah, that's my dog. Instead of frying them, you put them in the freezer. And then they're ready. Next time you're ready for eggplant parmesan or fried okra, you just go to your freezer and there they are. Aren't these beautiful? Yeah, I probably overdid it on the eggplant plants as well. Yeah, well. Anyway, that's a project for another day, and I will update you on how many pounds. That's going to be exciting. How many pounds of eggplant we get to put in the freezer this year. I'm excited about that. Alright, I'll see y'all when it's time to jar up our relish. Alright, we're back, and this is what our finished relish looks like. Oh, there's that steam again. I think it lost more color in the fridge with the salt than it did cooking it. But yeah, we'll get that in our jars. It's going to be awesome. We'll see if it makes 10 pints. It might, because I think I used a little extra on the cucumbers than what it said. Alright, we will see where we are. Probably good. That's kind of pretty. I think that'll work. Again, the biggest smell from making this is the celery. You can really smell that celery. Alright, so we'll get busy filling up our jars. And then I will come back and show you exactly how much we get. See you in a couple minutes. So there we are. I ended up with 6. Still probably going to be enough to last 2 years. Aren't they gorgeous? Pickle Relish. Homemade. I've never made that before. So it was our first time. Isn't that special? And thank you to Mrs. Jerry Cohen, Jane. I know it's not wanting to focus on that, but that's her name. That's who put the recipe in this collection. So we will pop the top on one of those next week. We took advantage of that Omaha steak deal that they had at Father's Day, so we have some of those Omaha steak franks. And I will be making some homemade hot dog buns. The New England kind. Those are really special. I'll have to show you those. I'll be making some of those probably later this week. I don't know. We'll see. The grandkids are supposed to be here Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'm not quite sure exactly what day they're coming in. But we'll see, and I'll make some hot dog buns, and we'll pop the top on one of these and try it. I also like pickle relish in my tuna salad. It's kind of yummy. Anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. Thanks for hanging out with me in my kitchen, and I will see you on the next video. God bless you. Love y'all. Bye.